Welcome. This is the fourth lecture for the subject hydrology and water resources. So, what we will study today? We will study two new topics. First is continuity equation and water budget equation, and we will also have recap about Reynolds transport theorem that we derived in the third lecture in the previous class. Okay. So let's see here. As I told you in the previous class that Reynolds transport theorem becomes the mother equation or mother theorem for other theorem also. Why? Because Reynolds transport theorem was derived based on it derived for a property, okay, for a extensor property, but that property was not clearly defined. Okay, so now you can put any property. Okay, you can put any property in place of B. Okay, so here you can see. In hydrology, three very important equations: continuity equation, momentum equation and energy equation. These three equations can be derived by Reynolds transport theorem. How you will derive? You will put B is equal to mass, okay, and you will be able to derive continuity equation. Okay. If you will put B is equal to momentum, mass into velocity, you can derive the momentum equation. Similarly, you can put B is equal to kinetic energy, half m into v square. Then you will be able to derive energy equation. Okay, so you can derive three equations. So for now, we are going to derive this equation. These two equations you can try by yourself because these are not in your syllabus right now in hydrology. So, but their use will be there. Other equation will be derived based on them only. Okay, so as an assignment or as an miscellaneous work, you can derive this equation. Okay, so let's try to derive first equation, that how you can derive. Okay, so let's start deriving. Before that, you must understand that continuity theorem is based on the conservation of mass. Okay, you apply this concept also in addition to other things. You also apply that mass can never be created nor be destroyed. Okay, so you have to apply this concept only. And as I already told you, continuity equation is based on Reynolds transport theorem, or Reynolds transport theorem is mother of this equation. Okay. So let's try to derive. Okay. In last class we have derived this equation, Reynolds transport theorem. Okay. So we will use this theorem to derive continuity equation. Okay. Let's start. Let's start. Derivation of derivation of continuity equation. Okay. So first we will write the mother equation or Reynolds transport theorem का equation. So how was the theorem? What the theorem? Okay. So what was the theorem? Reynolds transport theorem was dB by dt, okay, was equal to d by dt, okay, triple integration over control volume, and what was here? Beta dot rho dot dV for volume, plus what was that? Okay. So what was that? Double integration over control section. What was inside? Beta dot rho dot velocity dot area. Okay, this was our equation. Now we are interested in continuity equation. What property we want to put in place of B? We want to put mass. Okay, so let B is equal to mass. Let us denote it by small m. Okay. So how equation will be formed? dm by dt is equal to d by dt triple integration over beta dot rho dot dp, this is for control volume, plus, now see, the control volume was fixed, but water control section were inflow section and outflow section. So have a look over this again. Water control section, this one, inflow section and outflow section. So basically there are two sections. Okay, basically there are two sections. One is inflow and other is outflow. So in that equation you have to break it in two parts. Okay, you have to break it in two parts. One part will be for inflow and other part will be for outflow. Okay, so let's go back. So for now, we will not break, we will break in next step. So this is nothing but rho dot beta dot rho dot v dot dA. Now what we will apply conservation of mass. Conservation of mass. What does that mean? That means mass can neither be created nor can be destroyed. Okay, so we want to apply this concept कि मास को हम क्रिएट भी नहीं कर सकते, मास को हम डिस्ट्रॉय भी नहीं कर सकते. दैट मीन्स मास क्या है? एक कांस्टेंट क्वांटिटी है. दैट ऑल्सो मीन्स चूंकि वो कांस्टेंट क्वांटिटी है तो उसका रेट ऑफ चेंज क्या होगा? जीरो होगा. which means that this term will become zero. मास का चेंज क्या है? जीरो है, क्योंकि वो मास क्या है? कांस्टेंट है. d by dt of any constant is what? Zero. So Let us write it. So how equation will form? 0 is equal to triple integration over controlled volume beta dot rho dot d volume plus double integration over control section beta dot rho dot velocity dot dA. Okay. Now what will you do? Now you should take beta. You should study beta. So actually, what was we have already done something here. See, what is beta? Beta is mass differentiation of capital B. Okay, beta is nothing but mass differentiation of B. What is B here for us? What we have kept? We have kept B is equal to mass. Okay. So what was it? Beta was nothing but d by dm of capital B. So it will become d by dm of mass, which is nothing but 1. So 1 is what? A constant or number. What is rho? Rho is density of liquid. Density of water, which is nothing but a constant value. So beta is also constant, rho is also constant, beta is constant, rho is constant. Okay. So we will bring it here and it will disappear. So how equation will modify? Sorry, we just missed this term. Okay. Now let us further break it. 0 is equal to. Now what is here? Triple integration of volume or volume integration. What it will be? It is basically means change in the volume with respect to time. Okay. Change in the volume with respect to time. Okay. So let us say there is some lake. Okay. In lake there is some volume. Okay. So if volume will change, okay, so what does that mean? The storage in the reservoir will also change, or volume in the lake or any pond will also change. That means this term will give? This term will give change in the storage. So it can be written as d by dt of storage. S for storage. Okay. Now, what is this? Integration for control section. So, how many control sections we have? We have 2 control sections. One is outflow, another is inflow. Okay. So, how many control sections we have? This one, inflow section and outflow section. Now what is important in the inflow section? This inflow section, what is the direction of dA? This one. What is the direction of dA for outflow section? This one. So both are of opposite direction, but in the equation we have not represented it because we are using both as one term. So now what is important? For inflow, direction should be like this. For outflow, direction should be like this. So let us say that for this direction we will use positive sign. For this direction we will use negative sign. Okay. We will use this in our equation. Okay. So So first let's break this. This is for outflow V dot dA plus this is for inflow. Okay, what is it? V dot dA. But actually what is dA? dA is minus dA. So basically this is nothing but minus dA. Okay, so how will this modify? Sorry, 0 is equal to ds by dt plus this is for outflow section, this is minus double integration for inflow section v dot dA. Okay, let's further modify this, write it in terms of ds by dt. How it will become? For inflow section v dot dA, this will become double integration over outflow section v dot dA. Okay, now this has become change in the storage with respect to time. What is this? So basically there is another term that is called discharge. What is discharge? Discharge is nothing but volume divided by time. Its formula is also is equal to area into velocity. So this equation you will study in the subject fluid mechanics in the detail. For now we just need this equation, okay, or this concept. So you will study it later. So let us modify our equation. Okay, so what was our equation? See here, we have calculated change in the storage with respect to time, integral over velocity into area. Okay, inflow सेक्शन के inflow area पे हमने क्या किया है, इंटीग्रल लगाया है. So what is this? Basically what will you get? Velocity into area. Similarly velocity into area. However this will be inflow, this will be outflow. Okay, so what will you get? You will get inflow. Okay, but this will be, we are integrating over time, so this inflow will be function of time, this will be outflow as a function of time. Okay, so this equation is nothing but your continuity equation. Okay, so let me write here what is IT. IT is discharge function of inflow. What is QT? It is discharge function of outflow. Okay, so this equation is very useful for you. Why? If you want to calculate how storage changes inside any reservoir, inside any system, you can easily calculate it. You just have to make one equation of inflow with respect to time. कहने का मतलब है कि बारिश में किसी रिजर्वायर में कितना पानी आ रहा है टाइम के साथ, इसका इनफ्लो का एक इक्वेशन बना लीजिए. सिमिलरली आप क्या करिए, एक आउटफ्लो का इक्वेशन बना लीजिए कि भैया रिजर्वोयर से कितना पानी बाहर जा रहा है टाइम के हिसाब से, उसका एक फंक्शन बना देंगे। दोनों का डिफरेंस कर देंगे तो आपको पता चल जाएगा कि चेंज इन द स्टोरेज कितना है। ओके, सो इट इज वेरी यूजफुल इक्वेशन फॉर यू। मूविंग अहेड, ओके, so we have derived this equation. This equation is nothing but your continuity equation which we have derived. Let's move forward. So we have derived continuity equation. Now we want to move ahead. Next is water budget equation. So what is water budget equation? So it is also basically simple form of your continuity equation. Okay, how it is simple form? Let us see. So so what is continuity equation? Let me write here. Water budget equation. So what was continuity equation? ds by dt inflow का function with respect as a function of time, outflow का function, okay, with respect to time. Now if you integrate this continuity equation, what will you get? You will get change in the storage, okay, or you can call it as, sorry, when you, for doing this you have to bring dt here. You have to bring dt here. Okay. So on integration, what will you get? Suppose initially the storage was S1 and then S2. Okay. Similarly, then on integration, what will you get? S2 minus S1. Similarly, okay. Suppose initially there was no inflow and there is some inflow I, no inflow, some outflow I. So how will it will become? I minus Q, or delta S is equal to I minus Q. So this equation is called water budget equation. So this is the simple form of continuity equation, but basically it is the simpler form of Reynolds transport theorem. Okay, so I hope you have got this. So let's move ahead. So let's try to solve this question. Okay, let's try to solve this question. So what is the question here? Okay, what is the question here? That there is a lake. Okay, there is a, you can read this, you can pause the video and read the question. So what they say, that if there is a lake, okay, there is some lake. Let us say this is your lake, and what it says, water surface elevation of the lake was 103.2 meter above the datum. Let us say this is your datum. What is datum? Datum is some baseline from where you do calculation. Okay, so let us say this is datum. From here, water surface elevation is how much? from here the value is 103.2 meter. This height is 103.2 meter. Okay. So in a month of June, lake receives an average inflow of 6 cumac. Okay. So what happens in this lake? Some water 6 cumac, or cumac means meter cube per second. Okay. Some inflow is in the lake, and it also says that some outflow is 6.5 cumac. So some water is going out of the lake. How much it is? 6.5 meter cube per second. Okay. What else? In that particular month, lake receives a rainfall of 145 mm. Okay. Some water is coming here over the lake surface. Okay. How much it is? 145. So basically it is the inflow for the lake. So we will add it here, that 145 mm water is inflow for the lake. What else? There is some evaporation from the lake, that is 6.1 centimeter. Some water is going out. 6.1 centimeter water is going out of the lake by the evaporation. What else? Okay. So this much amount of water is coming to the lake. This much amount of water is going out of the lake. What they are asking after this, what will be the change in the surface of water level surface or water surface? How water surface will fluctuate, or what will be the new water elevation? Okay. So let's solve this. So let's solve this. So okay. So let's solve this. Okay. So how much is the inflow here? Let us calculate how much is the water coming inside the lake. Let's see how much it is. So how much it is? 145 mm and 6 meter cube per second. Let's put it here. How much it is? 145 mm. Let's change it into meter. So divide it by 1000. Okay. Plus how much? 6 meter cube per second it is. Okay. Now this is unit of meter. Let us change this also in meter. Okay. So what you have to do? You are talking about 1 month. So let's change it in terms of time. You can multiply by time. So multiply by time. 6 multiply by 30 into 24, okay, into 60 into 60. Okay. Now what is this unit? This is meter cube. Okay. But this unit is meter, so we have to divide by area. So how much is the area? How much was the area? 5000 hectare. We want in meter. So 10 to the power 4. Okay. Now everything is in meter. So you can calculate this. How much it is? So how much it is? It comes out as 0.456 meter. Now next go to how much water leaves the lake. What is the outflow? Okay, so what is the outflow? First is evaporation goes out from the lake. What is the value? 6.1 centimeter. 6.1 centimeter. Okay, so turn it in terms of meter. Then next is 6.5 cubic. So also convert it in terms of meter as we did here. So multiply by 30 into 24 into 60 into 60 into 60 and divide it by area, converting hectare into meter. So you can calculate this value. What is the value? Okay. So you know the inflow, you know the outflow. You can use water budget equation that says that what was the water budget equation for us? Let me write here. It says that change in the storage is nothing but inflow minus outflow. What is inflow? This one. What is the outflow? This one. Okay. So you can calculate change in the storage. So let's calculate change in the storage. How much it is? 0.456 minus 0.397. So how much it is? 950.0. How much it is? 0.59. Okay. So this is the change in the storage or change in the height. So but what we are asked, we want final height of final water surface elevation. Okay. What was the initial water surface elevation? What was the initial water surface elevation? How much it was? 103.2 meter. Okay. Now change is 0.059. Okay. And inflow was greater. Okay. Inflow was greater. More water came into the lake than water left the lake. So what will happen? Water surface elevation should rise. That means we should add this change to initial height of the water surface. So let's add it. Final water surface elevation will be 103.2 plus 0.059. What this will be? 103.259 meter. Okay, so using water budget equation, you calculated the final water surface elevation. Okay, it was a very simple question, and this question was asked in engineering services. Okay. I do not remember the year, but it was a question of engineering services conventional exam. So this is all for today's class. See you in the next class. Thank you very much.